Bueno, pues estamos de manteles largos en Latinos porque nos acompañan Willy Guy, dos de los integrantes de Coldplay, previo a su primer concierto en la Ciudad de México, aquí en el Foro Sol. Estamos felices de esta entrevista con ellos. Thank you so much, guys. How are you?
Doing very well, thank you. Great to be back.
How's the tour in Mexico so far?
Wow, always wonderful. To be honest, you know, it's been a while since we've done some big shows, and we're just grateful to be able to start back in Mexico because it's such a wonderful. Always the crowds are wonderful. The weather's great. People are lovely. We're very happy to be here.
Guy?
I agree. It's I mean we come from the UK, which is extremely cold and dark and rain, and you know we love coming here to start a tour because I think there's no other place on you know in the planet where our fans sing as loudly as they do in Mexico. So we've had a great start to the tour here.
What have you done these days to have fun, to entertain yourselves between shows?
I went to the flea market today, Mexico City. Big flea market. I can't remember what it's called.
There's one just on the Sunday, is it?
Yeah, it's just on Sundays.
Yeah. And how was it?
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great, but I didn't buy anything because everything I liked was too big to fit in my suitcase to take it home.
And the Mexican fans recognize you?
Or
how was it?
No,
well
not
done.
today. Not today,
Yeah.
sadly.
I'm sure they are going to in a couple of hours in the arena. What would you say distinguishes the Mexican fans from the rest of the world? You were talking just about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's possibly I would include there are people within Latin America. Obviously, the passion and the fire for music is so strong. But it is particularly noticeable in Mexico, and I think for some reason our music has connected with here in Mexico, and we're so grateful that it has done. But just the intensity and the kind of the willingness to go to extremes to see the shows and to so we're so lucky to have fans like this. You know, it never fails to amaze us, and especially when we've been away for such a long time and when we've had the strange 2 years that the world has had, to come back and to experience the warmth and generosity of the Mexican fans is just wonderful.
Guy?
I think Will's covered it all, basically, to be honest. You know, it's always, you know, we never take it for granted, you know, that we can come to a different country, you know, from where we're from, and people sing along to every word of all of our songs. You know, it's mind-blowing, really.
How do you get ready for a show like tonight? I mean, what happened before the show?
Well, today we sound check. We've done that already. Make sure that we know what we're playing, and if there are any new songs or any things to change, we make sure we practice them.
For how many hours? Or how much time?
The sound check, not so long, not so long these days. Now we're established that it's maybe just 30 minutes to 1 hour. It's something like that normally. Then there are some warm-ups that need doing, and I think today I feel strange because of the altitude. I think here in Mexico City, I find it I have to adjust. So I think I will have to do some breathing exercises to try and get ready to perform, because it's when you're doing something very physical. I think it's easy to be short of breath. You know, so I think I'll have to prepare for that.
And you know what? There are some fires around the city, so the air is worse today.
That's interesting.
Probably that's one of the things.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that makes a difference. Yeah. So we just have to prepare the best we can and make sure we're all rested and ready to go. But we've had a few days off now, so we're ready to get back into it.
Awesome. Let me go back a little bit. 22 years ago, if if you go to Camden 268 22 years ago, what would you recommend to yourselves?
Oh, wow.
Well, as in what we might do differently?
Well, what would you go
or exactly the same?
Yeah. What would you say to those guys?
Buy Bitcoin. That's a hard question.
Yeah.
That's a very hard question.
It's funny because although, there's been bumps and difficulties along the way, I wouldn't really change much. I think we would tell them to just to be grateful for the fact that you're going to get to spend you know, a lot of time with people that you know that you love very much, and that is the most important thing to hold on to is to keep the relationships going well, because that's really what has allowed us to stay together all this time.
Guy?
That's a tough question. That's a tough question. It's a question I've never thought of before. So, you know, you have to kind of think of an answer pretty quick, you know.
We have time, so.
How much time?
15 minutes, but
What do you think?
Probably 10 now.
I really don't know what I would kind of, you know, advice I would say. What would you say if you went back and to a younger 22-year younger version of yourself?
I will say relax. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't take everything too seriously.
I would say that too.
Yeah,
maybe
That's
maybe
a good
you're
one.
only maybe you're only here because you did take it very seriously.
So now you are interviewing me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you think then? So I agree. No, I would say, I think we would say just enjoy it, because it's an amazing ride that we've had.
Yeah. What would you recommend to the young people who want to get into the music industry and want to grow in the music industry?
I'd say it's important to just focus on being passionate about music and trying to improve and be making music for the right reasons. I think, you know, I always worry if there's somebody who just wants to be famous or to be a pop star or to be in music for reasons other than just because they're just huge music fans. So I think we were lucky because we were all such huge music nerds, you know, when we were growing up and teenagers and when we went to college. And it was really, for us, we kind of lived and breathed every day to discover new music and to try and write music and get better all the time. So I think you just have to make sure that you're truly passionate about, you know, what you're doing. You know, it's like I say, you know, we all have children now, and for me the most important thing for particularly my daughter, who's a teenager, the thing that I'm most concerned about is not necessarily how well she does in all of these different exams, you know, going through school and stuff, but I just really want her to find something that she's truly passionate about. And that she can work at, and it doesn't feel like work, because you know she loves whether it's, you know, art or music or design or whatever it is she's going to go to. Just find something that you love doing and just live and breathe that, you know, and then you kind of, you know, it doesn't ever feel like work.
What has been the inner secret to becoming a legendary band?
I think, you know, we can't deny that we've been fortunate, but I think we were able to take advantage of the opportunities we had. And I think, as I said before, being able to maintain a healthy friendship and relationship throughout these 20-something years has been our biggest achievement, I think. So Chris writes wonderful songs, and then we can't, without those, we would have nothing. So obviously there is that, and he works very hard at that as well. So we have that, and then it's our job to treat those songs with care and respect, and then also to just keep our relationships healthy, and that's really for us the reason why we've been able to carry on.
Okay.
I think Will pretty much covered it. You know, we've have a strong bond. We've worked hard. We're all passionate about what we do, and I think, you know, we're a group. So it as a creative process, it's different from us because we all have each other to kind of bounce ideas from. You know, I think it's different if you're a solo artist, then you've got no one else necessarily to help with some of the decision-making processes. So, you know, we're a gang, we're a kind of a brotherhood, or it's like a kind of strange, you know, it's just a very unique relationship when there's four people all kind of pulling on the same rope.
Let's talk about the show. How did you guys come with the idea of eco-friendly concerts, 1 trip per ticket, you know, energy sourced by fans in the arenas. How was it?
Well, I think it's something that we're all as a planet, we're all very aware of now, and rightly so. We're getting to the point where the effect that we are having on the speed of climate change is becoming critical, and so as an industry, and particularly the way that we tour, we love touring and we love being able to travel the world, but we recognize that it takes a heavy toll on the environment. So we wanted to be able to do what we love to do, but in a way that we didn't make us feel guilty and didn't actively have a detrimental effect on the environment. So we made a decision to spend as much time as we could and as much energy into investigating ways to make our tour much greener and cleaner. And it just worked out that there rather than there being one big issue that we could change, at every decision we make, there's a way to make it a better, more environmentally friendly outcome. So right down from the bottles, or the single use, not using single use plastic bottles in the arenas, to these massive, great big show batteries we use now that store renewable electricity, and then we use that to power the show. So there's hundreds and hundreds of little things that we've managed to change that, when you put them together, create something which is significantly better than it was. And it's still not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. And we hope that other people in our business can kind of take on that challenge as well, because we definitely need to clean it up.
Yeah, the idea was in a meeting, or how was it?
I'm not sure. Not really. I think it was just a sort of. I think you can't really. We don't feel that there's any way to deny that what the impact that we are having as humans, and certainly and also within our business. So it was just a sort of a decision, a uniform decision.
Yeah. One last question. Mexico loves soccer, right? Football,
yes.
As you say in UK. What do you think about the group for England? I know you especially like football.
A big fan of football.
And Southampton?
Southampton,
yeah?
That's correct, yes. Interesting. I think we have USA,
Iran, Wales, or Scotland, or Ukraine.
Yes, either of those three will be interesting. Certainly, obviously, because of the recent troubles in Ukraine, that's going to be will be playing on everyone's minds. And whenever England play against Scotland or Wales, it's always a big game. So it could be interesting. It's going to be strange as well, the World Cup being in the winter for us, in December. So I have no idea how it's going to go, but I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Guy. Will, thank you so much for this interview with Latinos. It's such a pleasure, and enjoy the night.
We will.
Enjoy the rest of the weekend in Mexico.
Thank you very much.
And the shows.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.